everybody? Welcome back to the Black Thoughts Podcast, Season 4, Episode 5. Today we want to talk about the word lazy, right? That word has been used by many different generations, more specifically the generation before us. And the meaning behind the word lazy is the unwillingness to work. And that's something that the generation before us always refers to whenever they see us not wanting to do something or conform to what it is that management wants us to do when we're working.
Right.
More specifically, and I'll start it off, right? I have been called lazy many a times in my working career, right? And as I explained before, it's because it was something that I just did not approve of when I was told to do it. More specifically, it's when I've been told things that I know is not within my job description, or something that I know that I'm not supposed to technically be doing, that I know that may be wrong. And when I tell them, because I have my own code of ethics, when I tell people that I don't want to do it, then I'm always categorized as being lazy or being stubborn. And
hard to work with.
Yeah, very hard to work with. And you start to get other nicknames too. Like I've been called I've been called a bad guy many a times before that. I've been called a monster for that. And it's because the older generation just kind of doesn't understand that we don't want to be slaves.
Yeah.
We don't want to be slaves and to management and to the rules that they have created, right? Because in a lot of establishments there is a regular code of conduct and the way that things are supposed to be handled. And for some reason, people like to make their own rules within those codes so that way they can reach other goals, may I say.
Okay.
Reach their own personal
the narrative,
goals.
Control how things work, yeah.
Pretty much. Have you ever experienced that yourself?
Always. Because mine is always different, because slightly different than they are, but just being a black woman in the workspace, if you're the most pleasant, friendly person there is, there's a problem. If you're not willing to stay late at the drop of a dime or take on extra tasks, then you're not a team player. And that's stuff that they try to use as reasons to not promote you, not to move you up, because you're not being friends with everyone at work. You don't want to go to the after hours events with co-workers just for them to try to get some type of dirt on you, get you to say something after work that they're going to run back and tell HR during the day. Or you're not just willing to take all the extra time when they only want to pay you $10 an hour, which is the number one reason. Or the fact that you understand that you have a work-life balance, which in a way, the Gen X is being called, or Gen Z is being called lazy for that. Because now when it comes to work, they know about work-life balance. They know about the value of their time. Lazy for that, because now when it comes to work, they know about work-life balance. They know about the value of their time. You can't tell them at 3 o'clock, I need you to stay till 8.
Yeah,
because they're like, no, I get off at 5 and I have plans to go to the gym at 6. Well, you can't miss it, no, because after work is my time. If you need me to stay longer, you need to give me adequate notice. They're not taking any and everything, and our parents and our grandparents did whatever it took. You go to work, you work hard, you do whatever your boss say, and hopefully at the end of it all, you'll get some type of reward for it. And then we were trained to do the same thing, and we have done that for a few years, and we're jumping on the Gen Z bandwagon. I'm not doing it. If you ain't giving me a raise in the year, I'm on my way out the door.
And I was
I'm leaving.
I was just about to say that there's no real incentive program to help you to make you even want to stay and do more work. Like I've been in situations where I'll be able to move up and do something, right? And then I'm always been told, well, this person does overtime all the time. This person doesn't just work in this part of the department. This person does this and this and this. But then when you look at that person, they're miserable. And they're only working that because they've been told that they have to work it. And they're not really even receiving anything, more than what you are. And so I at times I find myself doing what they call quiet quitting. And quiet quitting is when you just literally just do your 8-hour shift or whatever your shift is, right?
Yeah,
You literally
bare
just do
minimum
that
of work.
bare minimum, yeah, and then you're out. You know,
That's it.
and I live by that because like now when we were younger, it wasn't like that. When we first started working at 17, it was like
Yeah.
you said, all right, yo, I'm gonna get in here, I'm gonna work.
You asked me to work, stay over. I stayed over. I'm like, oh, it's extra money.
Yeah, even though we weren't making nothing, but like me personally, $7.40 an hour.
I think my first job was like 6 something was minimum wage in 11th grade.
And we were working harder then than we are now because it's like now that we're older, we like I don't wanna be here working 10 to 12 hours all day long. Like I need to get back home to my family. I want to have family time. I need to have my own personal time.
Yeah.
At the end of it, like when you think about work in general, you're at work probably more hours than you're actually home actually relaxing. Like I went to work the other day. When I went to go clock in, it said I had only been clocked off for 15 hours.
Yeah, because when you think about adding in your travel time, like and getting up, like you gotta be at work at 4.
Yeah.
You wake up about 3 o'clock in the morning to leave out, go to work. You typically work late, so by the time you get back home, it's 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
You literally have enough time to eat, shower, maybe watch TV, try to hang out with the family, and then you're right back to sleep. And you need to be asleep by like 9, 10 at the latest, because you got to get back up in 2 and 3 in the morning. Like, they don't even factor in commute. That's luckily that because you go to work so early, you don't have to wake up any earlier because there's no traffic.
Right.
But if you're somebody that has to be to work at 8 and 9, you're getting up at 6 a.m., leaving out at 7, because the amount of traffic to commute to work is ridiculous. And don't factor in that you gotta drop off your child first and then go to work and then go pick them up, then go home. Like, it's when you factor in all that extra time, you spend an extra 4 hours getting to and from work alone.
That's why I commend a lot of content creators, that actually like go to work and come home and do what they have to do and to perfect their craft a little bit. Because me personally, like right now, this is not something that we normally do. By now I'm normally downstairs, I'm on the couch and I'm sleeping, I'm knocked out, like because there's no time for me to have any type of productivity because of how my work shift is. Normally I'm here, I'm asleep, I'm up, I get out baby, I'm back home, I'm probably back asleep again if I didn't go get me something to eat. That's the end of my day. By the time it's 9 o'clock, 9:30, it's like, all right, you better go ahead and get back in bed because guess what, you're gonna be getting back up to go back to work.
Yeah, and you have a schedule what you need to do, and these jobs act like they don't understand that. Oh, you need me at last minute, but I have things I have to do. You need me to work an extra hours. The difference between me picking up my child on time. If I'm late picking up my child, if they at school, they're ready to call child service for abandonment, and if they at daycare, that's late fees. Some daycares charge like $10 every couple of minutes that you're late. If you're already struggling to pay the regular rate, you can't afford to be late to pick them up, and you get penalties for stuff like that. Like, it's really hard. Luckily, we always had like aftercare. They always been good. Like they had I think we had until like 6:30 to pick her up, and there was no extra fee. You just have until 6:30 to pick her up for aftercare. I got off at work at 4:30. It didn't take me that long to get there. That will work, but some people don't get that luxury or don't have that. Like after 4 o'clock, like you can pick them up later, but we charge you for every extra 30 minutes.
Right, so you're rushing to try to and jobs don't try to accommodate you for stuff like that.
And they don't provide no assistance. Like you want people to work these crazy hours. Like at one point, like everybody's job was trying to do 10-hour shifts. How can you work 10-hour shift from 1 in the night and drop off your kids? They're like, oh, you gotta get before kid. What before kid is 3 hours before school start? Like, where's that at? And that's an extra fee. Who wants to pay for before kid when their kid is school age? So you just want to drop them off and pick them up because that's free. No one wants to pay for before or aftercare. But if you gotta do aftercare, so be it. But no one wants to pay for both.
And then I'll do you one better, right? And I heard this a couple years ago, and somebody was like really getting on people that work from home, right? Really talking about like, well, if you work from home, then you can't be tired, you can't be all of this stuff, like, because we're actually out here doing the real work and stuff like that. Realistically, working from home actually takes more out of you because you're doing all the obligations that you're doing at home that you normally can't do when you're at work. And when I sit here and I think about something like that, it's like, okay, so I'll use you for example, right? Because you do work from home, right? when I get home, I don't have to do any of the cleaning really because it's already done.
Yeah.
I don't really have to do anything with our daughter because you've already taken care of her. Now we have a new dog. And you've done everything and you've taken care of that too, right?
Mm-hmm.
The generation before us doesn't recognize how much work goes into that.
That's
Because
why
they're
I'm
so
doing the
used
work.
to getting up and just working and working. And the crazy thing about it is that they're not even working towards like a specific goal. Like if all the things that you get done in a day, right, between just the regular stuff that you do home and and even you, because now you're a content creator, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the things that you're able to achieve while you're home, they're working towards nothing. Like even when I'm sitting there and I'm talking to my mom, it's like, what are you working for? What are you saving your money for? You don't want to take any vacations because you're scared to take time off because they have this thing, quote unquote, I'm getting my money. That's the thing that every older person ever says.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what are you getting your money for? Because if you die today or tomorrow, then what?
Somebody else gets your money.
Exactly.
Whoever you leave it to now has your money. And I guarantee you they're going to take a vacation or go buy some clothes or
Absolutely.
something and chill with it.
They're going to not only have your money, but they'll have your house.
Yeah, because you got to find that balance. Like, I figured that out a few years ago. Like, at the end of the day, I'm going to do something that's going to make me happy. And that means I'm calling out work that day just because I want to go to the mall and relax. I'm going to do that. Because I'm going to take that day for me. Because when stuff does happen and when you get sick and when you can't work for a while, they just replace you. So why am I not just replacing you in the same aspect? Like, I ain't saying go out there and just run and quit your job. Because it's hard as I don't know what to find a good job right now that wants to pay you decently and that's not going to drive you up a wall. But take your time. If you have vacation day, use them. I don't even care if you don't go nowhere. Just sit in your house and relax.
But you
Watch
know,
TV, read a
I
book.
think with them, the problem is that fear has been put into them by their parents,
Yeah.
and it's been put into their parents from their parents.
You're a failure if you're
Yeah.
not constantly doing something.
If you're not constantly working to keep whatever it is that you're supposed to have, like right now, you have people out here who have already raised up all their kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kids don't even live in a house anymore. How much more work do you have to do? How much more overtime do you have to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I understand when you're sitting here working like right now, like if I go work overtime, it's because I'm trying to have some extra money for us and baby girl so we can go do stuff, vacations, all types of other stuff. When you have grown adult children who have children who are now in that place of working the overtime and doing stuff like that, you can actually kind of lay back.
Yeah, you don't have to do nothing unless you want to. Because you're not required to do more than what you need. So I understand working to renovate your house, working because you need to get a new car, you need to get stuff fixed, and you pick up extra money, extra time for that. Doing overtime all the time is enough. Quite honestly, I don't even think I do overtime. I'm salary, so I can't do overtime. But even was the option. It sounds all good until it's time for you to get off of work and you're like, Dad, I told them I'll stay an extra 2 hours.
Yeah, no.
And then you mad that you agreed because you're bored and you sitting there, you're like, this not even worth it. I should have just left because this extra dollars I'm going to get for this, tax is going to eat it up.
Well, for one thing, and when it comes to overtime, I feel that you should not place a time frame on if I want to do overtime because at that point it's my time.
Mm-hmm.
I should be able to work however long I want to work, and then I should be able to go. Some people really want to put you on some mandatory, like, okay, well, if you work overtime, you got to work 6 hours.
No.
Hell no. If my regular shift is 8 hours, what make you think I'm gonna work 6 hours on demand? No, it's not gonna happen. No.
Now, when I was at Dollar General, I was able to stay like that. But technically, it wasn't overtime because I never got full time. But it was just over like my scheduled hours. If they had extra stock, and they was like, oh, well, you could stay a couple extra hours. You want to help put stock up? I'm like, all right, cool. I would probably stay maybe an hour, 2 hours at the most. And then when I felt like I was tired or somebody texted me, I'm like, all right, y'all, I'm done. I'm going home. And that would be it. And they'd be like, all right, well, thanks for helping.
And I respect that. But then when you work at a place like Amazon, right? I was working 10-hour shifts. When they do mandatory, it's not a 10-hour shift. It's a 12-hour shift now.
Right.
And then if I want to go home, I have to use my own time to go home.
Yeah, that's crazy.
On a shift that I don't even work on.
Yeah, no, I'm not using my time for extra. If I leave, I leave.
Yeah, I always thought that was stupid. I was like, if y'all want to have overtime, like, why y'all can't do mandatory overtime with, at least, if y'all do 12s, right? Because I work 10s, at least give me like 5. Let me work 5 and let me go home. I could deal with that. You know what I mean? And then I can go by my days because your overtime was always based on a day that you're technically off.
Yeah, come in and work on a full shift on your off day is crazy.
Yeah, it was
Not
wild.
doing
I don't
that,
know
no.
what. And mind you, if you're working overnight, right? So you get off early in the morning that night, right? Then within 11, 12 hours, you're back at work again.
Yeah, no.
That's not enough time to even rest.
All
Not
you
even a
did
little
was
bit.
sleep and eat at that point. And you
Yeah.
probably, realistically, you didn't even go to sleep on
Nah,
time.
nope.
Because you're determined to watch a show or do something that you want to do that day. So then you're going to go to sleep late and not get the sleep that you need.
Oh, and not to mention, depending on how far away you are from the job, you actually have to get up a lot earlier so that way you can beat traffic. Mind you, I was going to work at 6:30. Traffic on 95 is crazy around that time
Yeah.
because it's doing rush hour traffic.
Everyone's getting off of work from
So
downtown.
I can't leave the house at 6:00 and I'm gonna get there at 6:30. That means
No.
I gotta be at the house at 5. So
Yeah.
I'm leaving the house a whole hour and 30 minutes before I even gotta be to work in order to even get there in time.
And that's too much. And that falls into where people have been talking about right now with them having to deal with the older employees at the jobs. And quite honestly, some of them need to retire. And I know it's hard to retire right now because even some of them can't even retire because their retirement is nothing at this point. So
Yo.
Security wanting to pay.
Some of their retirement
But-
age is high. Like
Yeah,
I thought ours was high, but theirs is high
Cause
too.
I think they said, some lady said something about they trying to move the retirement age based on life expectancy to 80. I said, so you want people to work until 5 years before they estimated to die, and then
Pretty much.
you get 5 years in old age to do what? Sit on the porch? Because by 70, 75, where do you think I'm gonna go? I'm not about to go travel through Europe at 75.
I'm gonna be real with
I'm
you.
not gonna
Before
go
even
hiking through the
75,
mountains.
if you look at somebody, depending on how healthy you've been, right? Some people in their mid 60s, late 60s, they are not doing anything.
First of all, some of the older millennials that are in their 40s, 45
Can't
are
move
just
like that.
passing away now.
Yeah.
Like people, I'm not even sure if the life expectancy is even 80 at this point anymore. Like people are barely making it to 60 for so many reasons because this environment and food and the way people are working and not getting their health checked and the fact that the medical system is complete garbage. It's not even living that long. So you already got to do everything in your power to keep yourself able-bodied just to be alive, let alone willing enough to still work. Like, honestly, our parents shouldn't still be working. My mother shouldn't still be working. Your mother shouldn't be working. My father shouldn't still be working. They should be able at this point to just retire and chill in their house and play with the grandkids and pick them up or do whatever they want to do. Bingo, knitting, whatever. But they still have to work a full-time job. Like, you can't even pay your house off no more.
Like I said, it's because of that mentality. They still
Yeah.
have it in them. Like
But they can't
just won't
retire
leave.
here either. It's not enough money to retire.
I mean, yeah, I know, but still though, it's like they have the mentality of, okay, if I stop working, I can't do this. Like they're the generation that actually gets to stay at jobs for 20 years. You know what I mean? I don't even like staying at a job more than 2-3 years.
Yeah, some of y'all need to retire so we can get them HR positions because y'all holding them up. That Miss Smith been over there in the HR for 100 years, still barely know how to use the computer. Ma'am, it's time to go.
I'm about to say
That's someone else says you can barely send an email.
I think what it is with them, and I don't even though they may call us lazy and stuff like that, I think they actually envy us a little bit more because of the fact that we're not content and we don't just want to stay in one place and we do want to find other ways to make money doing other things.
And it's more to life than just going to work. Like,
yeah.
We want to, for the people who like to travel, we want to travel. I want to travel. I'm not a traveler as much as everyone else. Like, I don't need to go to every continent. Not necessarily for me. Once the flight go over a certain amount of hours, you know what? I don't even think I need to see it. Like, I want to, but if I don't, I'm okay because I don't want to be on a plane for 14 hours. But I still want to be off and just ride to the beach. I want to enjoy summers with my child and take some time off and we do something other than sending her to camp or daycare or something during the summer because I'm working the entire summer. Like, I want to be able to go shop. I like to go to the mall during the weekday because ain't nobody in there.
Yeah.
So you can do all the shopping all day long and there's no lines for real. Best time to go to the mall, best time to go to the main event was on like a Tuesday at 11 a.m. No one's in there.
I'm about to say, look how some jobs do this without PTO at that. Like yo, you get rollover time, but you got to use it by a certain point in time, right? Like
Yeah.
right now, I got rollover time. I can't even keep it for the summer. I got to use it before March.
Yeah.
So
Now,
I got
my
enough
job,
time to
PTO
do
is
something to be able to use that rollover time for like spring break or something like that.
good.
And
Yeah.
if I don't use it, I'm gonna lose all of that, and then I'm just gonna have the PTO that I'm accruing right now.
Right, so you don't even get that much time. Or like some jobs barely get you anything. I had one job a few years ago, you got 4 hours in PTO every month.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take you 2 months just to earn 1 day off.
Yeah.
And the moment you call out, they're using your PTO. So if you just got 4 hours and you end up sick or you got in a car accident or something happened, they're gonna snatch that 4 hours of PTO automatically because you called out. Like it's not even an option. Just let me call out and be unpaid. Because maybe I want to save that 4 hours for when I really need, and I'll just accept this unpaid. Now you called out, we're just gonna snatch the PTO, and now you don't have none. Now you gotta wait another month to get another 4 hours. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like, how you spend a whole year and the most you got is 4 days?
Yeah, and yo,
It's not even a vacation. You can't go nowhere.
and it's so crazy because like yo, with us, I would rather take the day. All right, yo, I can't use my I don't need to use my PTO today.
I'll
take it, but
unpaid.
I'll get it paid. Yeah, I don't mind taking that because I'm like, yo, I'm gonna make it back. It'll be here.
Mm-hmm.
But our peoples won't do nothing like that. Like yo, I thought it was so funny when we went to Philly, right? And we like, yeah, we gonna go to Philly, and my mom was like, wait a minute, I thought y'all wasn't gonna go. And I'm like, well, nah, we gonna go. You said you gonna go work, so nah,
Yeah,
screw
we
that.
still going.
We gonna
You
we gonna
going to
take
work.
some time off. Yeah, we gonna take time off because yo, we trying to have ourselves a good time. We trying to
Yeah.
unwind. And then like a day later, hey, I'm going. Now I gotta go get I gotta get a whole other car. You know what I'm saying? Because now I gotta go
Shit,
ahead and I
when
gotta
we
put
left out,
everybody
she
inside
like,
of it.
y'all not going, leaving me home for the weekend by
Yeah, because
myself.
what she realized was that like, yo, you know what, yo, I have been working all this time.
Mm-hmm.
There's other people in here that are calling out, and because they're calling out, I'm in here working overtime like a mug, like she is right now. And it's like, yo, no, you know what? Yeah, I deserve me a nice little break too. And she had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
And had we not did it, she would have went to work and she would have been feeling miserable and she would have been tired.
Yeah, you gotta take those times. Like that, I'm gonna be off, and I'm not off Friday. I'm doing a half a day Friday. No other reason the fact that school's closed.
Let me tell you right
so
now.
I'm gonna spend a half the day with my
I
child.
thought about not even going in Friday. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Oh no, man, because I put in for a half a day. I get off at 12.
I thought about not going there. I said, y'all should just take the day off, yo, because yo, it's been a while since I took a day off. I think I haven't taken a day off since what? We graduated?
Graduation. Yeah, because we took 2 days off our graduation and just relax.
No, I'm lying. I took off, what was that? In January.
You didn't take off for your birthday,
I did.
did you?
I took off 2 days, yeah.
Oh,
But that was the last time. So it's been almost a month.
was I at work? Was I working?
Nah,
I take off
you was
too?
off. Yeah, you was off.
Oh yeah, but we did the week after, so I
Yeah.
could take off.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything.
I mean, we really couldn't because we was helping people move and shit like that. But
Oh, yeah, that's what we did.
yeah, but
I need to take some new days off then.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I got all this rollover time. Like I need to go ahead and use it.
Well, if you
Because
take
people
off
not gonna
Friday,
cash
we
you
can
out
go to
enough
main
like that.
event.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, yo, because like I said, I think I need a break off. And like with me, it's
And I want that pizza.
work has been a little crazy, and I ain't gonna get into it because it ain't for me to sit on here and express that to everybody because this ain't that episode. You feel me? But yeah,
Well, people like other people paying. People really enjoy that.
But all right, so
People
without getting into the entire thing, because we tend to jump back and forth on topics and stuff like that. Some things happen at work that I'm not really
Undervalued and
of.
underappreciated.
Yeah, and I feel like there's some much needed days that need to be taken off so that way I can kind of get my mind together and get things right. You know what I mean? That's
And that's
pretty
valid.
much it.
Because you have to do the same thing in relationship stuff, or you can't leave if y'all live together.
Yeah,
But sometimes you
no.
need, after incidences, some alone time, mentally work through everything. Because if not, constantly seeing the person, the trigger, or being involved around the incident doesn't allow you to heal from it.
All right, so let me ask you, right? Because we in our 30s, right?
Mm-hmm.
How far along do you see yourself continuing to work a 9 to 5 job?
1 more year.
Damn.
Because I really don't want to do it anymore. It's getting really hard to just not. I don't know, figure it out. Some people out here that just don't work. I don't know what they doing.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to be one of them people that just kind of like just jump out
Give
on
them
faith
live and just battle.
and just
and put my cash up and just have people send me money.
yeah. I don't need. How do you do stuff like that though?
They just go on live, talk trash, and put up their cash up, and people send them money because they're talking trash.
I mean, that's one way to make it, but yeah,
You can
I feel like it's hard to do that because I guess for me it'll probably be hard because I curse a lot. So
Like
right now I'm
instantly.
trying really really hard right now not to curse with certain things that I'm saying right now. I really
Yeah,
want
don't
to.
get my live banned.
I know that's why I'm not. That's why I haven't. That's why I ain't really say nothing. Oh yeah.
But yeah, the jobs don't appreciate us, and the older people at the jobs are making it just as hard because they're the ones at the top, and they're not ready for change, and they don't like that things are being changed. Like Gen Z is really doing their thing and putting their foot down, and they've been standing on their business of I'm not doing it. I need work-life balance. I need adequate compensation. And I need you to not be in my face like you my parent. And they don't like that. Older school managers and higher ups are used to talking to people as if they're children.
Mm-hmm.
And
a conversation
people,
that I've had
people
with
are
people
not
before,
taking that
plenty of
anymore.
times.
So younger millennials are jumping on with Gen Z and be like, yo, we over it too, but we didn't know we could say anything. Because we was raised by our parents. You go talk to a parent right now about, I don't like how you doing me. Well, you know it's work. They just complain and then suck it up. And we like, no. We not just complaining. I'm doing something about it. I'm letting you know how I feel. And if it ain't changing, I will leave. Because eventually the jobs have to learn that without all of the other people at the bottom, the job don't function. And if enough people leave and enough people aren't willing to fill the position, you're going to be stuck. And you can't actually do your own job. You can't run your company by yourself. Like, a lot more companies need a strike. A lot more companies need to see that managers and CEOs know nothing.
But see, that's the
about
thing, though.
running the business
it's
at
hard.
the lower
It's
level.
hard to go. It's hard to go ahead and strike in a company.
Yeah, because
when you
people are
don't
too
have a
scared.
union.
Everyone's
Everybody
scared.
don't have a union either.
Yeah, they don't got a union, and then everyone's scared of it. Like, realistically, if a whole call center walked out, they're not going to fire all of you. Because the managers that run the departments don't know how to take the calls.
No, but they definitely will pick and choose.
They will, but that's what I'm saying. It's always someone who's too scared and they're going to run along behind the manager like a little lapdog and just be like, no, I do it. They can't do it alone.
Is it
People
crazy?
start walking up the stores. What can you do?
Is it crazy that I don't mind just walking out?
No.
Like, even as an adult, as a father, as a husband, like, I do not mind walking off.
I mean,
the
you don't
job.
mind walk. Oh, thought you mean you mind walking out.
No.
No, I was gonna say as a father, man, just leave.
No, I'm saying like you're on a job, like yo,
That's
because you
a way
gotta
to tell me.
because you gotta understand, like, all right,
Walk one out.
so like we were saying before, you know, like our parents and stuff, they working because they're trying to keep everything in order, right? And so even like with us, like we're working and we don't try to make drastic moves without, you know what I'm saying, consulting each other on those matters.
Oh yeah, outdoors is the only reason. Because prior to her, I think I was quitting a job every summer.
Right. And
I was
so
having summer breaks.
and so
year.
that one time, you know, like 3 years ago now, when I decided, I was like, man, fuck it, I'm done. And I up and cleared out my desk and came home. You were just coming back from what, the mall or something?
Yeah,
like
I
that?
just spent like $300. Then you told me you quit. I said you could have told me this before I blew $300
well,
on
first,
Burlington.
it was so funny because first you was like, hi, yo, what you doing with all that stuff? You just quit your job.
Yeah, because we got home the same time.
I was like, yo, I did. I cleaned out my desk.
I said,
But
yeah, I talked to you earlier. You could have told me before I cut
It was
shopping.
because I came home during my lunchtime though. So that's why
It was
I just
fine
ended
though.
up.
But I still
No, we
I
were
probably
fine.
wouldn't have bought some of that stuff.
No, but we were fine because I knew that I had some stuff set aside because honestly in the back of my mind I was already thinking about it because I was like, yo, I was sitting at this desk, I was on this computer, and I'm looking around and like you said, I'm listening to the people in the back, and they saying stuff, and they talking to me like they my parents, and I'm like, yo, first of all,
Who
don't
you
raise your
talking
voice
to?
at me. You gotta understand. I don't understand that even though you're older than me, you're not my parent. I'm not your child.
Quite honestly, you could have been my friend. If you talk to me sideways, you're gonna get the same attitude.
No, and so I had already had in the back of my mind I was gonna leave this place. I just wanted to make sure I collected me enough checks
Mm-hmm.
to be able to take care of what we was gonna take care of. And I knew I was like, I know how long I can be out of work before I gotta jump back into it. And luckily, and everything worked out. And I mean, we didn't struggle not even a little bit during that time period of me being off.
I didn't quit my last job. My contract ended, but
Yeah, and we
I put 3 months of rent aside, and then when I was off, I was shopping.
Yeah, and it still worked.
I make bad
It still
financial
worked.
decisions. Don't shop while you looking for the new job. That's not a good idea.
I mean,
I did have the rent put aside. Everything else, I was gonna figure it out later.
I mean, I feel like this, like, in that, you feel me? When in that incident, I was like, I didn't mind you doing any of that stuff because I was like, I know where you was coming from because I knew where I was when it was happening to me.
Yeah,
You know
it was
what I mean?
just like my happy place, and I went to was I at the gym yet? No, I hadn't started. I was waiting.
No, not all the way.
I was waiting to get my job so I could do my job. I should have just signed up for the gym right then and there. I could have had at least 2 months of just straight gym working out and not rushing back home. Dang, I should have did that.
I mean,
I'm mad.
it didn't matter at the end. The gym got closed down. And
Yeah, but then I could have had 2 extra months. Still
you
hurt about that.
could have still went before they closed.
No, I couldn't. Because I was waiting for that procedure. I couldn't.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I mean, technically I could have, but the medicine made me feel woozy, so going to a gym and lifting weights feeling woozy just didn't make sense.
But see, even in that, remember that time I had that? I want to say it was a panic attack. I guess. Remember we were lifting the weights, and then I was like, we were only in the gym. I was only in the gym for maybe like 5-10 minutes, and then I was back in the car.
Low-key, I do think it was a panic attack because you was stressed.
I was really stressed out from work.
Yeah, I think that
like,
was a panic attack.
Like, it was really.
Because you got it under control, but like
and I
the
wasn't
overwhelm just hit you.
And I was actually off of work for a couple of days. Like,
Yeah.
I think I took like a week off of work. And,
Yeah.
And within that time, like I would think like something like that would have hit me while I was at work. And it hit me like 2-3 days after I
It
wasn't even there
came
no more.
while you was relaxing and just.
Yeah, and it all just kind of came at me and it overwhelmed me, and I was like, I'm irritated. I just can't do this.
That actually leads into our next episode. I guess we could wait for next week, or we can record it later on this week if we got time. Because that leads into when stuff like that happens, for listening to that inner voice and knowing when you need to leave.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we don't always like listen to the voice. We don't. You assume the voice, you recognize it, you hear it, but you take it as fear. Well, no, you're afraid to listen to it because you're thinking it's you. Like, you hear like, yo, you don't need to be there. But in your mind, you're like, I'm over-exaggerating. Do I need to not be here? Or should I really not be here? Or am I just telling myself this because I don't want to be here? And you get in that weird zone. So that could be on our next episode because this is all. Yeah, because we'll go over and then we got to pick the kid up from school.
Oh, snap. Yeah, I didn't even realize what time it is.
But that could be the next episode. Like, literally, listening to that inner voice, knowing when it's time to make the move. Really recognizing the signs that it's time to make that move and not second guessing yourself.
A sign for me personally, when it's time to leave a job, when I start having dreams, when I start having nightmares that I'm at work and I'm fussing with people, specifically management, I know it's time for me to leave. Or when Kanye West song Spaceship come on.
That really be working for you. That song really does pop up.
It really does pop up when it's time for me to leave a job because it's like, yo, I'm not going to be sitting here doing this no more.
Mine is the way my attitude shifts. I don't put half of anything into it, and that's why I know I'm done. But now it's hard for me to tell because since working remote, I also feel like, in a sense, I got semi-lazy because I don't have to get up. But I do think typically my attitude shifts. Like, I'm more short fused with people that are rude. Like, typically I'm able to just, like, go with the flow and just be, corporate nice to them, which pisses them off more. But now it's just like, I'll snap. And then I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to get involved. And I'm just like, why am I here? That's kind of where I've been at the last, 6 months. Why am I here? And I'm still trying to figure out why am I here. Other than the fact that rent got to get paid and they keep going up. So that's why I'm here.
I'm about to say, I think, and I'm a kind of end the show on this note, yo. I think for the most part, me and you are on the right path.
Mm-hmm.
to getting to where we want to be. Like I see you excelling a lot in your business. I mean, even from when you started it, like right before the pandemic, all the way up until now. You know, and I've seen your growth on, you know, social media and everything like that. I feel like we're both heading in the right direction, and if we stick together and continue to do this together, right, and back each other up on it, I feel like it's endless possibilities. And I feel like we definitely can get to that part where you don't want to be here in this situation next year type thing, and this can be something that you just kind of do on a regular. This could be your new 9 to 5.
Yeah, like I want to be like Carol Lachey and KP.
Yeah, I mean,
DeVell and Kadeem. Like business wise, I don't look up to anyone's marriage because everyone's marriage is different, and you really never know. Even though I say both of those black marriages look like they are actually doing good, but business wise, how they handle their partnership on their business level, I respect that. How DeVell did his thing, and slowly Kadeem found her own lane, but he also like lifted a hand. Like she didn't. I think she was on Sisters or him and Fatima show. She guest starred on one of them shows. It's the same damn show. And Carol Lachey was just her music and her fitness, and now her husband's in the videos, her mom's in it, grandma, she done hired half of her family to work in the warehouse. Beautiful thing. I want us to be in that position so that we could bring on our friends that have those capabilities and be like, yo, we can work together and I can pay you what you deserve because I know what you good at. We each know our friends' strong points and strong suits, especially if we ever worked with them before. And we know where, like, yo, I know I could put you here and you'll do good. And I know I could trust you with this. I know I could put this person here. And then for some cases, some places we got to hire somebody outside. But if we could put family or friends in those positions to win with us, so that way when we taking, like, the holidays come up, we taking a trip, we can take our friends on the trip because they're part of the company as a thank you. Like, yo, we taking all of y'all. We all going here. We all taking a week off. We need a break. Shut down for a week. Everybody rest. I want to do that. Also, I just want to be an up and go. Homeschool the kid and we going.
You know, homeschooling takes a lot.
It do, but depending on the way our lives go in business and stuff, sometimes homeschooling ends up being the best thing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, how that works. You think a teacher travels with you when y'all go on
vacation?
If
we retire your mother, we could make her do it. She could teach her. Okay, we can pay her uncle to quit his job. He is a teacher. So he can follow his dreams and teach her on the side we pay him. I think it'd be a win-win.
If things is working out the way that it's working out, he'd be quitting his job.
Yeah, he'll be quitting his off anyway. Because he's going to get there. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I just need him to link with a few people and FaceTime me next time he runs into Brandon T. Jackson. If he ever meet Lloyd. Who else? Johnny Depp. Top 3 people. If you ever get to work with them or come past them, please FaceTime me. So I can say hi. Chris Brown.
I'm not gonna lie, when he was about to do that one Apple TV joint with Tom Holland, I told him, I said, bro, you ever get a chance to...
Oh, Romeo. He had a movie with Romeo, and he did meet Brandon T. Jackson. He ain't called nobody.
Yeah, no. Well, he was on the carpet. I mean,
Brandon T. Jackson, one of my favorite, like, low-key actors. He deserves more. He needs to be out more. And hopefully he will. He's been doing some more stuff, so hopefully he comes out more. But yeah. Yeah, he did. He was on something with Tom Holland.
Yeah, I don't think he got getting rid of it. They got rid of it. They did his part. They got rid of it.
Because the way filming go, you can be in the movie and never be on set because they film different days and stuff. But that would have been lovely, especially if he runs in there to set. That would be amazing.
Nah.
But if she happened to just be there, she wasn't doing nothing, and she was just there chilling with Tom, and then you, maybe not meet her, but you saw her like, yo, I was in the same room as Zendaya. Like, she was right there.
I think he said he looked across the room and he saw him over there, like, yo, he over there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but you know, they don't be trying to let other people, like, talk to them and shit like that.
They got a podcast. Your podcast, technically, this is yours. I'm just here for the ride. You know, you meet the right people, one day we can have Nikki sitting here, or who knows?
You know what's crazy?
We don't really do music, but somebody could be sitting here.
I was just thinking about that today. I was like, yo, I said, damn, yo, what about? I said, if I get big enough and I can actually get Nicki Minaj on the show, I said, okay, I would love that.
Matter of fact,
that's crazy that you said that shit.
That's how we can end this. Who would be your first celebrity guest that you would ever want to interview?
Oh man, honestly,
Not your top, but just like the first one. Like you had the chance to pick who you going with first.
That's rough.
You gotta put it out there to the
I don't
universe
know,
so the
'cause
universe
it's-
can deliver it.
Because it's so many people. Like it's so many great people.
It is.
And you know, so to just narrow it down to one it'd be real hard to really do that. Because I'm a big Avengers fan and stuff like that, and I'm a big fan of Star Wars and all sorts of. It's
Lots of
really
people.
hard. Yeah, like yo, it's
Gotta pick
really
one.
it's really tough. But I feel like if I was, shit, it would have to be somebody probably in the music industry.
All right. Well, why are you thinking? On my nail business side, one person I would love to partner with would be Jackie Anna. And she's a YouTuber. She has her own candle business, Forever Move. And it'll mainly be because years ago, when I was at CMD in the break room watching her videos, I remember her mentioning that when I was just buying press-on nails off of Etsy myself, I was like, yo, her nails was always done. I'm like, oh, you know, she influenced, she got the money. She buys press-on nails because she don't like having to leave the house, and sometimes she got up and go for an event, and she don't want to waste time stopping at the nail salon. So she just buys nails. So I'm like, if I could ever get her to partner with mine or buy a pair of mine, knowing like her standard of quality that she looks for, that would just let me know where my nails have gotten.
You know what?
And that would be my
So I think
person.
I got it. I think if I ever got to interview somebody and I could do them first, I'd probably do Samuel L. Jackson.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I would do that because yo,
That would probably be funny.
He's been in so many like different. He's been in so many different movies, like serious movies. He's been in so many different comedies and stuff like that. Because he's done so much work with like Quentin Tarantino and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I would really love like to really sit down with him and really be like, yo, you know, like how long did it take you to get comfortable with, you know what I'm saying, being called like a nigga or something in a movie, you know what I mean, or saying something like that? Because like yo, he's part of that older generation. Like, oh, don't call me nigga, I'm not no nigga. You know what I mean?
I would ask what made him do Black Snake Moan, because
Yes.
I still
Yes.
I still to today partially hate that
And I would
movie
love
and
to
don't
ask him like, yo,
understand.
like how do you feel about dying in so many of these movies that you've been in, like Jurassic Park and Star Wars and Deep Blue Sea?
I forgot he was
like,
in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, and he died in Kill Bill.
I never
Because
watched it.
Kill Bill 2, when they go back, like they go back to like the wedding scene, he's in there playing the
I
piano.
never
They
watched
shoot up
it.
the whole entire
I
church
never
and he
watched that
dies.
movie.
Quentin Tarantino, like I said, you know what I mean? So yeah, that
All right, so
definitely would be my
Samuel
my
Jackson for you. I would like to eventually partner with Jackie Anna one day, or at least be able to have her wear my nails would be wonderful.
Yeah. So yeah,
So now we got
I'm speaking
something
that
to
straight up. Now, if it ain't Sam Jackson first, I know it's gonna be Sam Jackson later.
If we do something in music,
Yeah, I do.
I would love to interview Lloyd, just because he seems humble, and just from other interviews, he always put his family first. Like the moves he made was based around his family, whether it was helping, because I believed he was helping a sister or something at one point, and then now he has his wife. I believe he's married, wife and kids, and just the fact that man does his show and then he hops on the plane and he gone. He not in the bag. He ain't in no parties. He's trying to go see his family.
I think if I do music, I will probably do J. Cole.
That would be a good one too, because he's very grounded,
Yeah.
and I feel like it would be a good conversation. Like somebody you could talk to, they would give you that celebrity I don't want to answer.
Yeah,
Or
and
the
see,
celebrity
and that
facade.
would
Like
be the one
you can really
thing.
just talk.
Yeah.
Like we in the barber shop, we at the bar, we can just talk like on some real. Like, you can be real, and that's what you look for.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, see, we put it out there in the universe. The world heard it. TikTok
Yeah, so
heard it.
hopefully
Apple
I can
heard
get
it.
Sam Jackson.
Everybody
J. Cole
heard it.
One day. I'm gonna
We're gonna get to these
keep it up
levels.
there for him. But on that note, we're gonna end today's episode. Thank you again to my lovely wife Kenyatta for taking time out to actually sit down with me and do this with me. Yeah, she doesn't have to, but
Yeah, I was being
she
held.
does. She takes the time out of her busy day
I was
every day.
forced.
Just here she go.
I was.
Every time I do that outro, she always messes it up.
I'm sorry.
But anyway, though, thank y'all to everybody that tunes into the live. Thank you to everybody that tunes into the podcast and listens every week.
We appreciate you.
We back at it again probably this Sunday because I think we have something to do Saturday. Yeah, because I'm taking you out to dinner Saturday.
I'm about to say we ain't got nothing to do Saturday.
Yeah, I'm taking you out
It's
to dinner
Valentine's
Saturday.
Day weekend, right?
Yeah,
All right, yeah, we got stuff.
but yeah, we definitely back at it Sunday. So thank you everybody. See y'all later.